Where the heck did I put it? My word. For the love. How do you misplace a box that's a bit bigger than a shoebox? I really don't know. Please hold while I go find it. I thought I was ready. I'm not. Ha ha! I found it. Guess where I found it? In the trunk of my car. Do you feel like doing a little bit of DIYing with me today? Well, come on in. Let's get started. Do you know what time it is? I actually know what time it is today. Guess what time it is? It's the Mystery Box Challenge time for October. Who is sending me this box? Well, it's Jennifer over at A Little Bit of Common Crazy. I think this is probably my third box that I've gotten from her. This month, I sent my box over to Whitney over at Whiskey and Wit. I think I've sent her about 4 boxes. What is the Mystery Box Challenge? Well, it is a challenge that is put on by Courtney over at Creative on the Cheap. She is the genius behind the shenanigans that seem to come with these mystery box challenges that a bunch of us DIY creators send to each other. The box is filled with 7 to 10 random DIY items. Along with those items, there's 2 challenge items that have got to be incorporated into a DIY that can be a little bit odd, items that you may need to repurpose. Along with those 7 to 10 items and the 2 challenge items, well, Courtney, what does she like to incorporate? Another twist. There's always a twist with her. This month, the twist is incorporating red or green yarn into a DIY. So I'm excited to actually see what Jennifer sent to me. After this video, you are going to want to head over to Whitney's channel over at Whiskey and Wit to see what I sent her, what inspiration she came up with, how creative she got with the items that I sent to her, and what her reaction was to the challenge items. Is there going to be a payback in store for me? I'm feeling like there is. If the shower curtain was not enough to do her in and pay me back, these challenge items very well may be. So guess what? We're gonna open this box up and see what challenge items are in here and what inspiration I can come up with for this box here. I hear bells. Hearing those bells takes me back to the mystery box that Whitney sent me, where she sent me these bells that were on a handle that I thought when I first saw it, oh, easy, I'll remove the bells and repurpose them, and the bells weren't removable. And so I'm wondering if Jennifer sent me another one of those. That was the one challenge item that got me, and yeah, we can thank Whitney for that. So these bells are definitely reminding me of that. Okay, so we have got a note card here, always like those. Kelly, I hope you find some fun Christmas inspiration with the items in the box. I can't wait to see what you create. Thank you for being a light within our crafty community. Your crafty friend, Jennifer. I love that. A light within our crafty community. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm going to put this with the stack of other note cards that I got because I copied Courtney. When I heard Courtney said she kept all her cards, I thought, self, that is such a good idea. I'm going to do that too, so that's what I do. Alrighty, so we've got some challenge items here that are wrapped. That is another part of it. Courtney tells us to wrap them. And so I'm going to save these for the end to open those up. But let's see what we have here. Okay, so we have this fur. Okay, I like that. Christmas time fur. Sounds easy enough. We've got these DIY wood round blanks. Okay, I like that. Very rustic. We've got some dish towels that are red and white. Okay, I'm liking it. Some red and black gingham ribbon. Aha! Okay, so we've got bells and they are not attached to something. So that means we will be able, or I will be able to incorporate these into a DIY. A couple of black candlesticks. I like it. We've got some mini Christmas tree, the bottle brush Christmas trees. Aha, this is so cute. I picked these up from Dollar Tree. One of these mini wood breadboard plaques. Here we have a printable, writable sticker roll for the Cricut or anything else. Okay, I like it. Oh, this frame is really stinking pretty. And we've got a wood plaque house. And we've got some taffy, saltwater taffy. All right, well, I will tell you, oh wait, we have got the challenge items. Can't forget those, huh? Okay, so I am loving, loving, loving the truck. This is the first one. Okay, that's fair. A galvanized birdhouse pick. I think I can do something with that. And we've got this one here. Oh, okay, easy enough. Some felt garland. Okay, I think I can totally do something with these two items. That should be easy enough to incorporate. I'm gonna say Jennifer was really nice to me. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this stuff out on my craft table. I'm gonna touch it, I'm gonna move it around, I'm gonna think on it. I'm mostly going to sleep on it because I come up with my best ideas when I sleep, the most inspiration. And through the magic of video and YouTube, I will meet you back here in a flash. Jumping on into this mystery box challenge, I'm gonna start off by DIYing with these candlesticks. There are two different sizes, which is gonna be perfect for what I have in mind for them. I'm gonna be repurposing these. Now, I need a cardboard circle. I need two of them, the size about of each of these candlesticks. So by just tracing the bottom of them, it's gonna make it perfect. Wait until you see what I do with these. The cardboard I'm using some of those Amazon boxes that I'm starting to get in, I guess, an influx of because Christmas is coming, and I don't know about you, but when I can do some of my shopping online, I do because one, I like to get it done early, and two, I like to beat the crowds. I need to cut a slit in these, so I'm just gonna take this razor, I'm gonna cut an X in the center, and I did cut a slit, but I don't know why I'm not showing that I cut the slit, but I did from the center to the edge, then kind of did like a cross or a T, because once I've got that done, these are gonna just slide right onto the candlestick, just like so. Kind of making a platform, but I need this to stay in place. So once I've got it where I need it to be, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this with a ton of hot glue. Maybe use a stick or two here on the bottom and on the top, and that should do the trick of keeping it in place. Oh, wait until you see where I'm going with this. Okay, yes, this is working out just how I thought it would. Perfect. Now taking that fur that Jen sent me, I'm gonna cut a piece that's just long enough to cover the candlestick and attach to the edge of the cardboard. So by running a bead of hot glue right along that edge, yeah, it's gonna give me something to adhere the fur onto. Does anybody know where I'm going with this? It's kind of been my new obsession lately, what I'm gonna transform these candlesticks into. Yeah, the fur pieces weren't quite wide enough, so I'm gonna do a little bit of patchwork, but that's okay. The fur's kind of going in the wrong direction, but this is gonna be in the back, so nobody's gonna be none the wiser, just so long as there's not an open gap there. I'm okay with that. Yep, we are going places with this DIY. Just wait for, oh, turn it around. There we go. Wait for it, because this is going to be really stinking cute. Now taking those towels, the red and white checker towels Jen sent me, I thought, okay, self, these are going to be perfect for a Christmas hat for what is soon to be my gnomes. And so by cutting this up a bit, I'm going to cut it just to the size that I need to fit around, I guess the candlesticks or the fur themselves. But here on one end, I am going to fringe this bottom part, which will then be the top part of the hat. Save myself a little time. I'm executing this properly, I think, so far. To hide the stitching of the towel, I went ahead and just folded it over about a 1/2 inch and hot glued it down. Then I'm going to place a bead of hot glue right there in the center, place my candlestick fur down, and I'm going to wrap, like I said, this fur with this towel, making a gnome hat. Oh my goodness. But this isn't just going to be a gnome. It's going to be a set of 2 candlestick gnomes. Yes, fun, right? And the candle, guess where it'll go? In the top of the hat. My gnome needs a nose, so a giant bead will do the trick, and I'm just gonna hot glue it right underneath the hat here. And I'm feeling like this hat is still missing something. This is super cute, but I feel like if I add just a bit of detailing, it's gonna kind of elevate these gnomes just a little bit, and there's no burlap and twine in this, so I figured I'd do that. But look, let me do this out of order. Yeah, the tea lights, they fit perfectly in this, the LED ones, no flame, safe. Yeah, okay, now we are back to adding the trim. See, I've got this in order, right? Oh my word, what am I doing? Yeah, and so this is a burlap and twine ribbon that you can get from Dollar Tree. And so yeah, just by adding it to, I guess, the brim of the hat or the rim or the edge, it's gonna add just the detailing that I'm looking for, finishing this piece off. Let's go take a look at these cute little gnome candlesticks. If you're a gnome lover like I am, pick up these candlesticks and make some gnome candlesticks. Next up, this wood breadboard piece that you can get from Dollar Tree. With this, I'm just gonna paint it white, just like that. Now to this, I wanted to add a face, and I find it's easier to do it with a pencil and draw it on versus trying to use a paintbrush and paint. And so yeah, I'm just gonna use a pencil. I can erase it if I mess up, and I feel like it takes the pressure off. I'm making a simple snowman face, and I am keeping it simple, not overthinking it, and the outcome of the face is gonna be stinking adorable. Instead of using paint and a paintbrush, I'm just gonna use a black Sharpie, because why not? Because we can, and that's what we do here. As it turns out, I don't have an orange marker, so I did have to go in with some orange paint to do the carrot nose. I had this fabric in my stash from a previous Christmas that I just thought was too cute not to use to make Frosty's hat. I know Frosty has a black hat, but I'm going rustic and homemade and quilted look, and that's the look I love for Christmas, that homemade, handmade quilted look. And I think that using a fabric like this and adding some character and personality to a piece like this just kind of elevates it. Because why not? Guess why? Because we can. Yep, and that's what we do here. And you guessed it, of course I'm going to use twine to tie the top of his hat off. How about making it an ornament by adding some twine here in the back where we can hide it? Perfect. I feel like my Frosty needs some rosy cheeks, and you can easily do this by taking a stiffer paintbrush and maybe an oil pastel. Dollar Tree has oil pastels, pick some up, and it's going to give you that soft, clouded, blended look of rosy cheeks versus using paint. Look at that, easy hack, right? Trick of the trade. Look at how cute that is. I love this. Let's go take a look at this. Yep, I love it, but as I was looking at this, I realized the nose needed a little bit more detailing, so I added some white stripes, and now I am happy. What do I have for you next? Well, these wood rounds, there was a 4-pack. I'm going to use 3 of them. I enlisted the help of my Cricut, cut out a few decals that were just fun. Round decals. Cricut Design Space has a lot of really fun images in Access if you're a membership. This is not a paid sponsorship. This is just me utilizing the Cricut because I thought these wood rounds would make for adorable ornaments. And so yeah, I picked out 3 of them, sized them up, cut them out with vinyl. So I had this idea with these bells that I would somehow attach them to these ornaments here on the top with some ribbon. But as I'm setting them here, I'm just feeling like this just looks awkward and tacky. This is not gonna work. I'm not liking the way this, let me see, maybe if I do it at this angle, nope, it's still just gonna look awkward and tacky. So I think I'm just gonna do away with these for now. Grr, what am I gonna do with these? These bells just get me every time. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'm gonna set these aside, and I think, oh, maybe if I try and hold it up one more time and visualize it, I'm not liking it. Nope, come on, Kelly, give up. Are we gonna give up? Yep, we're giving up now. And we're just gonna go with the ribbon that Jennifer gave me on the back here and make a hanger out of this. Sometimes that saying is true, less is more. Keep it simple. These are rustic and perfect, and I love them. They will be added to my tree. Now for these bells, I figured I'd go with the same mindset as less is more. And a few years ago, I want to say I ran across some bells that were an ornament that were just attached to a twine. So just by tying these bells to a twine, and of course, adding a twine bow here, I think that this is perfect. The simplicity of this just screams Christmas, and what a fun way to use these giant bells that you can get from Dollar Tree. Look at that. I love these. And you don't have to paint the bells. Now for one of the challenge items, this felt garland. Again, I'm going to keep this simple. I'm going to take one of the garland banners and I'm going to run a bead of hot glue right along each side here. I'm not worried about those holes because they're not going to show. Wait until you see what you can do with these garden banners. Garden banners? Party banners? Why was I saying garden? Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and fold this up just like so in half. Oh my goodness. Then in each corner, I'm going to take the baker's twine that came with this banner and I'm going to place it in the corners, kind of making a baker's twine hanger of sorts. Yeah, because why not? Because we can. Once I've got that twine on there, what are these going to be? Well, it's going to be a gift card holder, an adorable one that you can hang from your tree. I feel like this is missing something, so I decided to dig into these wood ornament pieces that I have that are going to be the perfect size for this. And just by adding a Santa onto this, oh my goodness, so stinking cute. And then adding the gift card back in there. You could even add a name to the felt there in the front if you wanted to. But gift cards are a universal size. So I say maybe use puffy paint if you wanted to add a name, or some iron-on vinyl if you've got a Cricut. What a fun gift card holder, right? I did a set of 3 here. You're gonna get how many? Maybe 6 or 8, 7 DIYs out of this, but I'm not done because I still have 4 more of the banners left. So taking this one here, I thought I would cut off the holes here because we don't have a need for those. Those got in the way. Here on the top, I'm gonna run a bead of hot glue right like so. Then I'm going to fold this in half the other way like this so the points meet there at the bottom. Going from that top corner, I'm going to cut at an angle, giving me a triangle of sorts. This is a triangle pocket. I made 4 of them. To these, I'm going to add just a little embellishment. They're not super festive for Christmas. Dollar Tree has these paper flowers that are miniature that are going to fit on this perfectly. You know what these are perfect for? Maybe gift somebody a book this year and add a bookmarker to it. Yeah, a corner page bookmarker. You can really get creative with these. I was just using what I had in my stash and keeping it simple, but isn't that such a fun idea? I just actually picked up a bunch of these house plaques, so it's funny that Jen sent me this. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these. These are going to be a gift to my neighbors. I always like to give them a little something around Christmas time. And in my area, we do get a lot of solicitors on a daily basis. And so I thought that I'd enlist My Cricut again, making this no soliciting sign. Friends, family, deliveries, and Girl Scout cookies are always welcome. It's gonna cost me just a couple of dollars. Dollar Tree has black vinyl that you can use. If you don't wanna do a no soliciting sign, how about maybe just a welcome sign? Add something as simple as a couple of lamb ears and maybe a burlap flower, and look at how cute this is. Such a quick, easy, budget-friendly gift to give, and in my area, it's one my neighbors are gonna absolutely appreciate and love. Look at how rustic and fun that, shabby chic, I'd say, actually. Now for this birdhouse. This was another challenge item that Jen sent me. And so with this, I don't need the pick. I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to use with it, but I was hoping that the pick itself would come out. So with a little bit of wiggling and maneuvering, I was actually able to get the pick out without ruining the birdhouse. I want to give this birdhouse the feel of a gingerbread house. So to do that, I'm going to take this classic caramel acrylic paint by Apple Barrel. And this is a technique that I saw Jennifer at A Little Bit of Calm and Crazy use. It is called a salt wash. Now, she bought hers on Amazon and used the true salt wash. I did a little bit of research and figured out how to make my own salt wash using plaster of Paris and kosher salt. And so to do that, I'm going to add just a bit of the plaster of Paris that I made probably a couple of months ago. You can see the container here, to the paint. Now, this is going to thicken that paint up quite a bit. When using this salt wash paint and you add the salt wash to your paint, you are going to want to use your paint pretty quickly. It's not something that you can actually store and keep for later because, well, not the one that I made, because there is plaster of Paris in it and it will harden. When applying it to whatever surface it is that you're applying it to, you want to kind of use a dabbing motion instead of brushing it on, and that's going to help keep the texture, and it's going to add to the personality and the character of this. And I just thought, why not have a lumpy gingerbread cookie? Because we can. And I thought, heck, why not? I'm going to add it to the white paint too for the snow on the roof of what is going to be my gingerbread house. Oh my goodness, I can already tell this is going to be so stinking cute. I'm gonna jump around just a bit. I've got these miniature bottle brush trees that were also in my box, and I had one wood round left. While this is wet, I know I'm doing it while it's wet because I'm impatient. Not so much impatient, but I don't have a lot of time to film on this day, and so I'm trying to get this done. This, truth be told, this was actually done at 10 or 11 at night, and I wanted to get this portion of it done so it would dry overnight. And I knew I wanted to add this house to one of these wood rounds with the trees, but I also wanted to add that salt wash to the wood round for the snow on the ground. And so again, this needed to dry, so I was really trying to be strategic in the way that I filmed. So once I got those trees hot glued on, I'm gonna go ahead and add that salt wash to this, and this is really just gonna add to this piece even more. I am. While it's wet, I put some hot glue on there, and it was pretty easy to do because this is a birdhouse. There was a hole in the back for me to hold onto without ruining the paint. And I figured, you know what, that way I can touch up the base around the house as well, and it'll be good and ready to finish DIYing in the morning. There is something about the simplicity of this that I really like, and I kind of debated just leaving it the way it is, but I figured, you know what, I've got some puffy paint. Let's make this look like an authentic, fun gingerbread house. And I like to use puffy paint to do that. Around this time of year, puffy paint is fun to work with because it adds dimension and it kind of elevates up off of the DIY. These glass beads are a new addition to Dollar Tree over the last few months. They came in sets of 3 with coordinating colors, and so I thought it'd be fun to use these in place of candy just to add a little bit of that fun, festive gingerbread feel to this piece. These wood snowmen I thought would be perfect for the front of this. Once I got to decorating this piece, I kind of felt like it needed a snowman there in the front. I had already put all my paint away, but I had the puffy paint out, so I just thought, heck, I'm just gonna use this to paint my snowman, and it'll be a win-win because it's puffy paint, so it'll add texture to it. And yeah, I don't have to dirty up a paintbrush, only I did. I like making cute, fun, festive pieces like this just to kind of maybe set on an end table. Now for the twist. The twist. Courtney said to incorporate red or green yarn into a DIY, and well, since I had this red and green and white yarn, I thought it was perfect. Taking a paper towel holder, I'm gonna cut a ring off of it. Now for this DIY, if you've got a skein of yarn as big as this and a paper towel holder, you're gonna be able to make a ton of these. Now taking the yarn, I cut it to, I wanna say about 18 inches. I'm gonna put the two ends together. Here on the looped end, I'm gonna feed that through my paper towel holder, feed the tails through the loop, wrapping it around my paper towel ring. And I'm gonna do that all the way around this ring. It really is simple. You're gonna want your pieces to be a bit on the longer side, and I'll show you why here in a second. But again, you're just gonna put those ends together. The end with the loop there, you're gonna feed it through your paper towel, grab those tails, pull it through, and just like that, yep, it's gonna take probably about 20 or 30, and you will be left with this. Now we've got this top part. I'm gonna feed my ends through the ring, kind of making it look like the hat is folded, right? Easy way to achieve that. Once I've got those ends feeded through, oh my goodness, am I adding to my vocabulary dictionary? Feeded? Oh my goodness, Kelly, come on. Once I've got those ends fed through, I'm gonna take another piece of yarn and I'm gonna tie it off here because this is a hat. I want this hat to be filled out just a bit, kind of give it that puffy look, keep its shape. So to do that, I'm just gonna use some cotton because that's what I have on hand. If you see these at Dollar Tree, they're a pom-pom maker. Dollar Tree's got them in 4 different sizes. Pick them up. They're great to have in your stash. I need a pom-pom, a white one, so I made one. Putting a bit of hot glue right along the edge of the hat here. I'm just gonna plop this right down on my white pom-pom that I made with my pom-pom maker that I got from Dollar Tree by Crafter's Square. And because this is a gnome, I'm gonna add a wood bead for a nose. Now, every year I add an ornament to my gifts. This year, this is the ornament I'm adding to my neighbor gifts. So easy and fun. I hope you all enjoyed what I came up with, the inspiration that I found with the items that Jennifer sent to me. Don't forget to head on over to Whitney over at Whiskey and Witch channel to see again what I sent her, what she comes up with, what the challenge items were. I tell you, these mystery box challenges are binge worthy. There are some amazing creators that are creating in this month's challenge. Courtney has put together a playlist that you can find in the description box below that goes in order so it all makes sense. So go ahead and click on that link, pop yourself some popcorn, put your feet up and watch some YouTube DIYers do what they do best. Get creative and create and repurpose. Until next time, everybody, stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay positive, please, because I am. Bye for now, everybody.